If you've seen the video about our move to Albania, you'll remember that we reached out to a Facebook group for advice while stranded at the airport. Well, one of the people who saw that post is a woman named Caren. She and her husband Kenric have lived here in Shkodër for about 3 years, and she sent us a private message offering a tour of the area. After allowing 10 days to recover from the worst jet lag ever, we took them up on their offer. And the following Sunday morning, they picked us up right by our apartment. We piled into the car with Kenric at the wheel and first headed southwest through town. Along the way, they pointed out various neighborhoods, including the 2 separate Roma villages at that end of the city. We crossed the Buna River and followed the shoreline of Shkodër Lake through Shiroka, which will be jumping once tourist season hits. It was even busy that day, maybe because it was Palm Sunday. There was nowhere to park, so we just continued on toward the border with Montenegro. There is a ton of construction happening right now on this road, which bodes well for future visits. We finally parked here on the shore where a man was selling freshly caught fish with a portable scale. He also has a spot at one of the local markets, apparently. We backtracked on foot to a little cafe restaurant called Te Naili and sat overlooking the lake, getting to know one another. There is a significant issue with feral animals in Albania, and Shkodër is no exception. Caren and Kenric have jumped into the fray. Working with a veterinarian, they regularly trap stray cats and have them surgically sterilized in an effort to control the population. I'll go into more detail about this in a future video, but this was like a main topic of conversation during much of the day, along with learning about Albania, of course. From Te Naili, we headed back through town to the north. Our guides pointed out stores they recommended, where their favorite restaurants were, etc. In roughly 40 minutes, we reached our second stop, the Mes Bridge. Built around 1770, it spans the Kir River, and at 354 feet, it is the longest Ottoman bridge in Albania. From there, we hopped back in the car for another 10 minutes or so, up to Drisht Castle. Now, the earliest traces of fortification on this ridge date to late Neolithic era. The walls and towers visible today are from the Venetian era and were finally breached by Ottoman artillery in 1478. Within the old walls of the castle, there are still several families living in some of the old buildings. During our time here, we learned that kids who live up here actually walk to school. The final hike onto the castle grounds would wipe out most people, let alone the rest of the trek up from the valley floor. This is also where we met one of the sweetest, friendliest cows ever. The next leg took nearly an hour. It's a nice drive, though, and we weren't in any hurry. The destination this time was this restaurant and lodge called Baresha, which we're told means shepherd. Wendy and I pretty much just left the ordering up to Caren and Kenric since they've been before. Believe it or not, they actually walked up here once. Smartly, they had reserved a room and stayed for a couple of days before making the walk back to town. The food was excellent, and the staff were friendly and welcoming. And as you can see, there was plenty for everybody. On the way back to Shkodër, we ran into some more Bovine Neighbors who very politely hugged the verge to let us pass. Our final destination of the day, just as it began to rain, was a visit to the location where Caren and Kenric will soon be opening a cat cafe here in Shkodër. I don't have any images yet, but we'll be featuring it in a future video. Their plans are very cool, so keep your eyes out for that one. It was early evening when we finally made our way back here to the apartment and settled in for the night. This outing was a great introduction to the area, and we're super thankful to them for inviting us. It was really great to see so much in just an afternoon. That's all for today, but there is a bunch more on deck. If you haven't yet, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you don't miss anything. While you're at it, why not tickle the algorithm by clicking like and posting a comment? Doesn't cost a thing, and engagement like that is what spurs YouTube to find more eyeballs for our content.
Happy.
Thanks as always for watching. See you in the next one.